In the beginning, there was nothing but noise. Until
Gotta change my shirt.
This is high tech, man.
Oh boy.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
That's Paulo.
That's Keith.
That's Daniel.
That's Otis.
And we're
SupaKnowVa.
All right. So Daniel, what do you have for us today?
Well, I am a YouTuber. It feels still premature to call myself that because I'm only, like 150, 170 subscribers. It's getting better.
Subscribers.
Anyway, I'm a nascent YouTuber, and I'm trying like a new like sub series, which I haven't even come up with a name for yet. But it's like, because so far I've focused on like 20 to 30-minute videos that can be consumed in like a single lunch break. Have never shown my face just because I don't have a green screen. And I did try recording kind of like this once, but I wasn't sure what to do with my hands. It didn't come out right. So I was just like, do the other thing. But then to like have to have different things on screen for the whole runtime, you got to like get a lot of images together, do more intensive editing. Same with the new series will be like 11-minute videos and mostly me talking for filler. And the idea is also to populate them with ideas that are kind of too stupid for a 20 to 30 full-length video. So First idea is called Me Do Good, Bizarro and Moral Relativism. So we're talking about the Superman villain Bizarro, right? And then like using that as a jumping off point to talk about like, well, what are opposites, one, and two, like what are, like understanding the relationship between good and evil and just like things that are meant to be the opposite of each other, just jumping off from a, stupid point. So I talk about like Bizarro and then some quotes from him. And the best quotes I found where he was actually doing the bit were from Justice League Unlimited, because I searched through videos and most of them, he's just being weird, but not doing like the thing that he's known for, where like hello is goodbye, evil is good. Like
everything's like reverse, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's like the gimmick. That's what people know. But then I was like looking through it, and most of the time, like his origin in Superman, the animated series, is actually kind of tragic. He was made to be like a perfect clone of Superman, even now in our like sci-fi informed age, we say clone and you think like genetically the same, but grown in a DNA, relatively biological manner. Now these are like copies and they're meant to be all of him, including like his mind and memories. And that was kind of how they established the conceit of how his brain goes wrong, because not only do the physical part of the cloning goes wrong and you get the white face and angular features, but then the mental state breaks down too and makes him kind of funky. But you like kind of see him go through that degradation in painful detail, start as like a perfect clone of Superman, and then slowly like it was actually kind of sad. You feel bad.
So the original Bizarro was from a Bizarro world, right? And the
original Bizarro was from the Superboy comic, and so is actually created not to be evil, because he was created by Luthor, but in like the Silver Age comics, Luthor was Superman's friend until a lab accident made Luthor bald, and he blamed that lab accident on Superman, and so swore eternal vengeance, because this was how things played in the Silver Age. So then in that timeline, then in the Superboy timeline, Luthor was all friend, and he was just like, oh, well, I want to help my buddy Superboy. Let's make a perfect clone of him. So we have two Superboys. But then, the clone breaks down and does the opposite thing.
Because
Yeah,
I
it
remember
wasn't-
watching like the Super
Okay.
Friends or something in like the 70s or 80s, I guess. And Bizarro was from a whole different planet where everything was reversed.
Mhm.
So
And a
I guess
cube.
that was
Yeah.
yeah.
A cube planet and with
Mhm.
like other Bizarro people.
Mhm.
The animated series sort of goes into that, but doesn't make it as like stupid.
Right.
You just like Superman finds a different planet that's like Earth-like but uninhabited and sends Bizarro there and gives him, because at one point Bizarro breaks into the Fortress of Solitude and finds this like green lizard thing that keeps trying to bite his head off, which of course doesn't work because he's, you know,
Right.
Superman powered.
Right.
But that was like it became his only friend on this other planet so that he would just be there and be happy with his crazy dog and leave normal people alone. It's like they drag him back for Justice League Unlimited, and that's finally when he starts doing the other thing. They kind of tripped over their own canon there. They didn't explain why they brought him back, and in bringing him back, he like starts acting different. So that
Is
was
this
where
new segment?
Hmm?
Is this new segment just about Bizarro, or is this a series of characters that you're going to talk about?
no, so it'll just be any like the tentative name is the Takes Dome. This is like hot
Okay.
take, you know, a simple pithy idea stretched out to 11 minutes, as opposed like my most recent regular video is Better Call Saul, like a whole series kind of digging into character themes, do it like on the up and up. This is like, you know, what does Bizarro say about moral relativism?
So is
Very-
it like a more of a about good and evil? What's good? What's evil? Is it like a moral like gray area and stuff like that?
Yeah, like you know, I've been reading philosophy a lot the last few years, kind of stuff that'll rot your brain, and you know, it comes at that from a few different angles, talking about philosophy of language, that things are just what we use them for, you know. So like good and evil are opposites, but only because we say they are, because it's useful to like frame them that way.
Later.